With 6 weeks to go until the general election, Americans got their first chance to see what Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump have to offer if elected president.
Both candidates just finished the first of 3 debates earlier tonight. We're going to have a wrap-up on the debates later in the newscast, but right now we want to discuss who came out as the winner.
Joining us now to discuss the topic is Glenn Smith with Progress Texas and GOP consultant Edward Getterman. Thank you both for being here tonight.
Happy to be.
Edward, first question, who won?
Not the American people. I think it was pretty clear that Secretary Clinton was what we expected her to be. She was very well prepared. She has extreme command of the issues. Had spent many hours getting ready and had a lot of lines ready for him that he walked right into. Meanwhile, he was almost totally incoherent a lot of the times. Fortunately for him, his best 30 minutes were the first 30 minutes of the debate, and I think, you know, it's really questionable whether the majority of people who are watching watch beyond the first 30 minutes. But you know, he just has to hope that it's not going to matter. It didn't matter during the primary debates. Donald Trump tonight was a mirror image of the Donald Trump that we saw during. It didn't matter then. So you know, we'll have to see if it matters now.
Glenn, what are your thoughts? Did you get what you expected to see tonight?
Well, I received that from Secretary Clinton, who I thought was masterful, informed, calm, and in a word, presidential. Donald Trump, on the other hand, was as incoherent as a schoolyard brat. On foreign policy, he was downright frightening, talking about nuclear weapons as if they were lollipops and how he wants to spread them around to other countries. So I think the American voters did win because they got a clear picture of somebody prepared to be president and run the country and represent America in the world, and another fellow, Donald Trump, who you really wouldn't want to be a teacher in your school. He's that bad.
Glenn, or excuse me, Edward, what stood out tonight for you and for people, do you think?
You know, I think it was honestly what I was expecting from both of them. The thing that disappointed me from Trump was he was what I was expecting him to be. I think my reaction to both of them was baked in for the most part. There wasn't anything that really shocked me. I was really disappointed that he missed a lot of opportunities to go after her. He really missed a chance to go after her about emails. Never brought up Benghazi, never brought up her comment about, you know, the deplorables and how half of his supporters are deplorable. You know, so he missed a lot of opportunities, never talked about immigration, missed a lot of chances to go after her. Her team has got to be thrilled that her emails, you know, and the Clinton Foundation, which she's operated as an illegal slush fund for 20 years, were never even discussed. He spent most of the time on the defensive, so really if you're her, I mean, it could not have gone any better for her, and if you're him, you know, if I'm looking down the road, I have to dread that I have to do this 2 more times.
So this is the very first debate. We still have 2 more to go. Glenn, do you think tonight's debate swayed some undecided voters?
Oh, I think it will, absolutely. I think any of those watching tonight possibly have been reassured that Trump was in any way presidential. And of course, they'll probably move to Hillary Clinton. I expect them to. You know, looking ahead to the next 2 debates, I really do think that Trump was so bad, we got to begin to wonder whether he'll even show up at the next 2 debates. He made mistakes tonight that when one of those mistakes was made by presidential candidates in the past, it cost them dearly. And he must have made a dozen of them. Everything from his demeanor to his snorting to his scoffing at Secretary Clinton, to his incoherent answers. I just thought it might be the worst presidential candidate debate performance in a lifetime. I mean, certainly more than a lifetime, probably.
Okay. All righty. Well, Glenn, Edward, we thank you very much for your time tonight. We've got to wrap it up.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.